You dread going to work, and certain things have been making you feel miserable for a while. If the recent pandemic has taught us anything, it is to take a step back and discover what truly makes us happy, at work and in life in general. Find out if you might actually be caught up in a toxic workplace and in a toxic work environment which will only hold back your career and penalize your emotional health. I'm Marat from Emotion, Career Services Agency. Look me up on LinkedIn. I already published a few videos on toxic management and on unhealthy work environment. But many of you continue asking me about this, and I would like to share my updated perspective on this subject. So in this video, I'll be exposing 5 signs of a toxic work environment. And if you stick with me till the end, I'll also share 3 main tips on how to deal with it. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, then definitely hit the subscribe button below and enable the notification bell to continue growing as a person and as a professional. Number 1 sign: your boss is a bully and a bad leader. Every toxic workplace starts with toxic leadership, which means bad or narcissistic toxic bosses are those who create and install the toxic culture. Many times employees do not realize that their boss is bullying them. Instead, they believe that they have a tough boss or a manager that simply pushes employees to get results. Typically, toxic bosses are a tremendous pressure at work. They love control and they feed off your emotional reaction. A bully boss usually questions your worth by belittling your opinions and your ideas. This may take place in private or even in front of others. They blame you for problems at work, while claiming to be responsible for all the good outcome. They question your commitment unless you work long hours and sacrifice your personal time. They play favorites and manipulate the team against each other. Find out the full list of toxic boss signs through my linked video. Number 2, the fear of speaking up. Employees fear speaking up because the management is genuinely hostile about a different opinion. It's not safe to speak up since the reaction might be completely unpredictable. There is a general rule for keeping it quiet and serious. Positive or negative feedback is usually being held back. Achievements are not celebrated. Making any noise or laughing out loud is considered a crime and even something to be ashamed of. No team-building activities are being promoted because the management is always against it. Everybody is afraid of getting in trouble for breaking the rules, and so they keep their heads low and try not to step out of line. Employees simply know that speaking up is bad, and such environments are perfect for toxic behaviors to thrive. Number 3, constant office gossip and rumors. Some work-related hearsay can be considered normal, even though it doesn't have any benefits. But constant gossip and rumors about your colleagues' personal lives, the judgmental type of gossip, makes it clear that your workplace is indeed toxic. If you feel that your average day at work is like a reality TV show with a lot of constant drama going on, if people don't openly say things but prefer whispering behind each other's back, all of that is a huge red flag. And you might have contributed to gossip yourself, since you consider it a way of getting integrated in the team. Otherwise, you feel left out. But stop right there. People who constantly create and spread gossip about others will eventually do that to you as well at a certain point. So don't contribute to such poison circulating. Number 4. When company culture feels like a cult. Does the company culture go too far to position the workplace as a replacement for family and friends? You feel that everyone is encouraged to center their lives around the job. The work is everything. There is hardly time for leisure, family, or friends. It's like you've joined a cult without even knowing it. Anyone with different ideas is immediately being excluded. There are even cliques within so-called cultish culture. The leaders of cliques are usually considered an example to follow. And instead of transmitting actual corporate values, these leaders are usually the ones who spread the rumors and the gossip the most, behaving like corporate teenagers. Whenever a new person joins the company, they go out of their way to make their early days anything but easy, treating the newly joined members as if they were a threat. Number 5. You start questioning your own worth. Your work-life balance is not working. You notice you are not being yourself anymore. All the external output you get signals that you are not fitting in, that you are not good enough. If you start questioning your own worth, this is definitely a toxic workplace. Being surrounded by toxicity for at least 8 hours a day causes extremely high levels of stress, resulting in sickness, mental health issues, and a lack of self-esteem. So, as I promised, these are 3 tips on dealing with toxic work environment. Of course, many people are not in a position to quit without having another job lined up. That's why no advice is going to be enough. No amount of talent is going to make things comfortable. But if you just have to stick around in the company for a certain amount of time, try to do the following to survive. Number 1. Focus on what you can control. And keep in mind that this is not permanent. Remember, you have no control over what others say or do, but you do have a control over your own response. Keep your thoughts free of anger. Focus on your job. Focus on the tasks you need to perform. It's all a direct control over your own performance. The more emotional power you give to your toxic boss, the more your boss will focus on you as a target. Number 2, change your mindset. Find people who feel the same way you do. Maintain a positive mindset. Try to completely ignore the negative. I made a few videos on this subject, and I'll add the link to the card and below in the video description. Number 3, be kind to yourself. Remember, no one has to be perfect to deserve basic human kindness and decency. Toxic work environments make you feel like it's your own fault. It's easy to think that if you were faster, more efficient, more brilliant, and more tough, you wouldn't have had these problems. But this is completely wrong. How would you respond to someone that you really care about being mistreated at work? So try showing the same level of kindness to yourself. Workplace culture dictates how employees behave, make decisions, and interact with each other in the office. A positive company and empowering culture leads to happy and engaged team members and to incredible productivity levels. A toxic culture leads to completely the opposite. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Please thumb up this video and share it with everyone who can benefit from it. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos on workplace culture and environment.